Hey girl, hey! Sarah and Lexie, so sexy.
That's great.
What was something else you said? You know what I'm talking about? It's okay if you don't.
That's like so delusional.
I could probably just do this all day.
Oh my god. I love this.
Girl. Bye!
Hair. Becky's butt.
Hey girlies, welcome to Talk Girlie to Me, the podcast for the girls who overshare, overthink, and overachieve. We're your hosts, Sarah and Lexie. We're diving into anything from creativity to wellness to work and everything in between. Let's get into it. Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Sarah and I will be talking about how to not be taken advantage of as an artist / business owner / individual.
Can I just say, I really like how you just said the podcast because we actually don't even have a name yet. We are still playing. By the time you're listening to this, though, we will have a name. But at this point, we don't. So it's just the podcast.
The podcast.
The podcast.
You are listening. Oh, that's great.
Sorry, yeah, I'm just queen of distracting us from...
No, totally
what we're actually here for, so.
Yeah. No, so, not being taken advantage of is a huge part of, well, first of all, just being a woman in the world. Mm-hmm. Second of all, especially when it comes to running a business, starting a business, living your life, and being an artist. So artists can take many shapes and forms. You might be a musician. You might be a graphic designer. You might be... a fashion designer.
Thank
you. Exactly. So again, there's many avenues to apply this to, and to make
creative.
Sure that you're to being creative, and just to make sure that you have yourself covered, that you have your own back at the end of the day. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
And Lexie has an interesting story from when she was with Frantic Endeavor, lead singer. Oh, yeah, fuck.
I really hope that is not in it. That's so annoying.
Yeah. All these motorcyclists.
Perks of living in the middle of the city.
Woo!
But yeah, we have...
Sorry, we're just hearing all of the noises right now, so we don't know if it's in the recording. It's okay. It's fine. Let's just...
I also wasn't sure if that was Jared walking in. I was hang on. Okay.
Just, for some reason, everyone just decided to, move boxes and dishes and motorcycles.
Somebody was vacuuming earlier. As soon as we
taking the dog out, I don't know, everything.
Just in the last 5 minutes.
And by the way, what time? It is 10:30 at night, and people are very lively. It is Friday night.
It is a Friday.
Though. It is a Friday night.
So that's what we get for recording on Friday night.
On Friday night.
But
we have energy right now, so we're doing it.
Yeah, so today comes with a story time. Today, I have a story for you guys, so buckle up.
Buckle up! Get your popcorn.
It's a wild one.
It's a wild.
Actually, what I'm going to do, I have an idea. I have Spark Notes.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to forget
You're
any details.
so prepared. See, this is where you're a little bit like Monica.
So yeah, we were having a little conversation earlier about friends. We were like, which character do you think I am? And we came to the conclusion that I am definitely more like Monica, with a little bit of Phoebe.
Yeah.
And then Sarah's a little bit more Phoebe with a little bit of Monica.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a blend of both.
We blend of both, but nobody's Rachel because nobody's spoiled and nobody is only liked because they're pretty.
Right.
We have
a little more going on.
We're pretty and we're in depth.
We have something to offer.
We have something to offer.
This podcast.
We're gonna have to
if nothing else.
This sounds awful.
This is the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Oh my god. All right.
Wow.
So let me just find this.
Your headband is so cute.
Thanks.
You know, I never see your forehead, but you have a nice forehead. You have a nice forehead.
Do I?
She's bangs.
Thank you.
I don't know if anyone... I don't know if
That's
I want to
why.
keep this in here.
That's like a main reason why I have bangs, because I don't like my forehead.
You don't like your forehead?
Mm-mm.
You have a very nice forehead. It's fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said.
Fucking squealing.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so I found my Spark Notes. All right. So, story time.
Yeah.
This happened last year, which is crazy. I feel like this happened at least 2-3 years ago. Time is just moving at a really weird pace. But this happened last year. So at this point, we're recording in 2024. So this took place in 2023. They were really, it's a lot of ups and downs. It's kind of a roller coaster of a story because, so just to give some context, I was in the band, progressive rock band, as a front woman for like 7-8 years. The band was called Frantic Endeavor. We've talked about it previously on this podcast. And throughout my time with this band, we've played all over New England. We, had opportunities to play different venues. And last year, we were presented with an opportunity to play with a bigger band at a bigger venue, bigger stage, bigger audience, all the way in Florida during Bike Week. So that would be Daytona, Florida, Bike Week, lot going on. It sounded like a huge opportunity. So we were like, okay, let's think about it. Let's think about the person who presented us with this opportunity. Are they credible? Do we feel good about this? Do we know people that they know? Is there anybody that can vouch for them? And we went over the logistics. We went over the cost, the budget. And after going over all the details, we did feel good about it. We felt like we crossed all of our T's and dotted all of our I's. And so we decided to just go for it. We're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just try it, see what happens. This is the biggest opportunity we as a band have ever been presented with. Let's just see what happens. So we prepare, we get everything ready, we rent a U-Haul, we pack, we take vacation time off, we're rehearsing every single day for like a week or two. And unfortunately, our drummer and our bassist were not able to go with us. So we found a drummer and we found a bassist to fill in for us, and they learned all of their parts for all of the songs within a week. So it was amazing. It was really like grind time. We all really put in the work. We felt good about it. We were ready. So the time comes to go make our trip down to Florida. I decided to take my car alone with my partner, and then everybody else was going to take the truck down separately. So I left a day early. I left at midnight, and I just, straight shot down all the way to Florida, made it there within 26 hours. At that time, when I was arriving in Florida, the rest of my bandmates were still in Georgia. And this is where shit starts to hit the fan. And this is where things start to get a little weird. So we were feeling good about it, but in the back of my head and like in my gut the whole time, there was like this feeling. I was like, but what if? Like, what's going to happen? Like, I don't know. There was doubt. But I think all of us had a little bit of doubt because, again, this was new to us. None of us had ever had anything like this happen. So I feel like a little bit of that was probably just fear and nervousness. So I tried to shake it off and not think too much about it. But basically what it comes down to is, you know what, we summarized all of this in a post last year to our fans to let them know what happened. So I think the easiest way for me to tell the rest of the story, just so I get all the details straight, is to read you basically this story off of the summary that we provided to everybody last year. So here's your bedtime story. So get cozy, grab a blanket, grab a pillow, grab your little sleepy time tea. And so just here's the rest of the story. So on January 6th, Frantic Endeavor was contacted and asked to perform at an event during Daytona Bike Week called Bedlam on the Beach on March 8th. We provided information to the contact of how much it would cost to get us down there to play. As you know, we're from Massachusetts, so it was a little bit of a drive. After waiting on all of the details and information from the event coordinators, on February 18th, a number was agreed on for them to give us money to pay for what we needed. So like the U-Haul, gas, lodging. So a number was agreed on by all the parties. Everybody was on the same page. And then we also confirmed to perform at the show. Everything seemed to be set in stone. Further, the payment details were then further discussed, and also, so we got an exact amount on how much we were going to be given, which I believe was $1,000. And then they also told us how we would be expected to receive that. So the payment method, the date to receive it, when we'd get it. So we had all those details cleared. At this point, because we received confirmation 2.5 weeks before the show was set to start, again, like I said earlier, two of our members were not available to play. So in that 2-week span, we were able to find the fill-ins, we rehearsed, we rented the trailer, we booked an Airbnb, we paid for it, and then we all agreed between ourselves and the promoter that we would receive 50% of our total agreed upon payment before departing, and then 50% of the payment after. So once we arrived at the show, we would get the rest of the money. And that seemed to be what was going to happen. Everybody felt good about it. But then some issues happened among the event coordinators. And then we only ended up receiving 20% of the total payment on March 6th.
Oof.
So, again, we were told that we would receive the rest of the 50% the next day. So we got 20%. We were told we'd get the 30% the next day. So we were like, okay, whatever. It's just, we got to be patient. We don't want to push them too hard. Let's just take their word for it, which that's where we messed up. We should have gotten this written down in a contract, not taken somebody's word for it. Like, granted, it was all over email or text.
Because you could have been like, this is making me feel uncomfortable. I would like you to, hand write something down at least, minimum, so I know that you will stay true to your word. I'm not,
Because it's not like they were our friends.
Yeah.
Sure,
Friends,
we knew people that knew these people, but at the same time, very loosely.
Yeah.
So, so that there's our first mistake. And honestly, I feel like if we would have just written something up in a contract, we probably could have avoided most of this. But let me just tell the rest of the story, and then you'll get the full picture here. So we pack up. Again, like I said, we started our journey down to Florida on March 7th. By the next day, in the afternoon, we still did not receive the rest of the payment as promised. So then we waited it out a little bit. So by 6 p.m. that day, the headlining band, which I don't know, should I say? No, I'll just leave their name out of it. It's fine. We don't have to say names. So the headlining band announced that they were going to drop out of the show. Mm-hmm. We were already on the way to Florida.
Oh my!
I was already in Florida. The rest of the band was halfway at this point. They were in Georgia, I believe, at this point.
Yeah.
So once we heard that the headlining band wasn't going to play that show anymore, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? Because we hadn't really heard anything except that. The only reason we found out that they were dropping the show is because we saw on their Facebook page, they announced it. And the reason they explained they were dropping the show was due to not receiving their agreed upon payment.
That's so scary.
By the agreed upon deadline. Yeah. So we were like, oh my God, so they're not getting their money either.
Yeah.
Sure, we got some money. I think we got $300, which was, that's something. It helped rent the U-Haul at least, but yeah, 300 out of 1,000, that's a little bit of a discrepancy. So, so once we heard that, we were like, oh my God, something's going on. Because they're a pretty big band. They have a pretty big following. They have at least 100,000 something, over 100 something thousand
Yeah. Wow.
followers.
That's
So
nice.
it's not like they're a small group.
Damn.
And then shortly after that announcement came out, we got an email from the venue officially announcing that the entire show was canceled. And the explanation that was provided in that email was basically saying that the venue space for the event had no role in securing the talent or the responsibility of paying anybody. And since the venue had no control or responsibility over that, they had nothing to do with the headliner band dropping, which means it wasn't their responsibility to find anybody to like fill in or save the show. So they were basically just like, oh, well, it's not happening. Too bad.
Yeah, too bad.
So my bandmates are in Georgia. They take some time to rest up. And then we're all talking, communicating to try to figure out what's going on, what we're going to do, what our next steps are. And then our contact, again, assured us that we would receive the payment. But was also saying that certain issues had come up that would further delay our payment. Mm-hmm. Whatever those issues were.
Yeah.
So then after driving 18 hours at this point, my bandmates drove a couple more hours to get to my violinist's home at the time. She lived in Georgia, so they got some rest there at least. And then the next day, they decided to just head back home, head back to Massachusetts because we still hadn't gotten the rest of our payment. And since there was no longer a show to play at, it's like, what's the point?
Damn, they drove all the way.
Yeah. So another phone call was made that afternoon to the contact. And then, again, we were just being told again and again and again, like, don't worry, you'll get your money. Don't worry, we'll get it out. And then they just kept saying, like, oh, we're just resolving the issues. We're just trying to get the issues, like whatever.
What
again,
issues?
That's the thing.
God.
So then we just decided to cut our losses, head back to Massachusetts, and then we didn't hear from the promoter again until March 9th. So then we still did not receive any payment besides the initial 20%. And then, at that point, we're just kind of waiting it out.
They reached back out?
So what we ended up finding out is that the issues that they kept talking about were, so the man who was responsible for funding the whole thing, like funding the bands, funding the event, got shot 3 times in the back by his girlfriend right as he was leaving his home to go to the bank, get his money, which put him in the ICU.
Oh my God, what?
Right? And it's like, do we believe this? It's like, if it's real, it's like, oh my God, I hope he's okay. But if it's fake, it's like, oh my God, what a story to come up with.
Yeah,
to tell somebody.
Oh my God, yeah, that's like... Wait, where did you get that information from?
From the promoter, from the
promoter told
our
you that.
contact. Yeah. The same guy who kept telling us, like, oh, you'll get your payment. We're just sorting through some issues.
No, I feel like that story's too wild for someone to sit there and make that up.
It is kind of crazy.
I believe it because it's too crazy.
But there's more.
Oh my God.
So on top of this man being in critical but stable condition in the ICU, his sister got a power of attorney within a few days somehow so that she could get the payment to us.
Oh.
And we're like, okay, maybe there's hope.
Maybe there's hope.
Who knows? But then everybody ghosted us. Everybody. The sister, the promoter, this alleged guy who was funding everything out of his pocket. Like, we don't even know who this guy... Yeah, we don't even know who this guy was, how he got his money, where he was getting his money from. Like...
That's so wild.
It's a little sketchy.
Oh my god, that's funny.
So yeah,
Wow.
we cut our losses. They cut contact with us. We never got the rest of the money. We did end up hearing back like one more time before they ghosted us, and they were blaming the lack of getting more money for us from a different source. Like there's so many details. It's like hard to keep everything straight. It's so convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
But the promoter was like, okay, I'll just pay you guys out of my bank account. But then he came back saying like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. All of my bank accounts are frozen for fraud and I can't get anything out because I was hacked overnight. And it's like, oh, really? You were hacked overnight? How convenient. Right before you were supposed to pay us. Like all your funds are just on hold.
Just suddenly.
And like,
wow.
Just as a reminder, everybody listening, like I work at a bank. I know how that stuff works. And just the story that he was telling us and the details of everything, just it wasn't lining up. It didn't make any sense from a banking perspective unless he got that money from a fraudulent source.
I think anyone with common sense knows that's...
Or if it was like a bad wire transfer from another party. Maybe he got the money from somebody that had bad funds. Like, who really knows? But something really weird was going on. So basically, to sum all of that up, we should have gotten a contract. We should have gotten something in writing stating the terms, stating the dates, stating the money, stating like everything, instead of just taking somebody's word for it of, a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. And yes, we may have been a little desperate to just do something with our career, because at that point we had only been really playing local shows and we were just itching to get out there and play a new scene, in front of a new audience. Mm-hmm. So from that, I will also say, like, don't let your desperation get the best of you, because it will put you in vulnerable situations sometimes that you might not otherwise find yourself in. So there's my story time.
Wow, that is really wild. And this was recent.
Last year.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's recent.
Yeah. No, it's recent enough.
Recent enough. I don't think I've heard you. Did you tell me that story
I
before?
don't think so, no.
I don't think so. That was my first time hearing it, too.
Because there's so many details. Like, again, it's so much to say and keep straight.
Yeah.
Like, I've given maybe the spark notes to you, if anything, but yeah, not the full story. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
The spark notes, I love it.
Probably one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
But also, I forgot to mention, like, I was already in Florida by the time shit went down, so
Why were you already there? Did you fly there? Or?
I drove. I drove early because I wanted to get there early to spend time with Jared, because we had an Airbnb. He knows a lot of people down there. Oh. So we were like, let's go early and like also like make it a vacation. Yeah. So we said, fuck it. We spent a week down there and just made it a vacation. So we made the best of it. We met up with a bunch of friends. We went on a boat ride. We went to a concert. We went out to all these places. Florida, and like, it's Florida during bike week. So we soaked it all up, embraced the experience, and
it's Florida. Copyrights Taylor Swift.
Yes, we still had a great time regardless.
Okay. I do not have a crazy story like that, but I'll tell like a short, funny one, I guess.
I'm glad you don't have a crazy story.
I don't
want people to be taken advantage of.
Like, I mean, I'd get like crazy requests, like people coming into my boutique, and like a guy would come in and be like, but nobody like trying to take advantage of me. That's like a different. I was gonna say, a guy would come in and like ask for like hiking boots, and I'm like looking around like, does it look like I have hiking boots in here?
Yeah.
It's all like girly like dresses and painted denim jackets and
that's
shit.
more so just like making an unreasonable
request,
yeah.
But no, I think because I've always, or at least for the last 5-6 years, I'm very, I don't know, straightforward. Like, this is what I do and I don't do. But I think before that, like when I was at the end of college, I was scrambling to like look for a job, and I got an interview, and I don't remember if this interview had more details. I've always kind of been a risk taker on opportunities, even when I lack details. So, this interview was at like a hotel. So I went, and this like old guy comes out, and he's like, "Oh yes, like the designer's upstairs." And I was thinking, I'm gonna maybe get to like work as like an assistant designer or something, after college. That was kind of my goal. And then we're in a hotel though, so it's like a little strange, but I was like, whatever, like informal.
Nothing that you're not used to with like the other paid gigs that you've done in the past.
Honestly. So I was like, whatever, this is fine. And
Which, by the way, if you guys want to listen to some of the crazy other crazy stories Sarah has of like previous paid gigs that she's done, listen to one of our previous podcast episodes, because she goes into a little bit more detail about it.
I need to listen to her.
I think that was in our introductory episode, like introducing ourselves and like how we met. It was the how we met episode. That's what it was.
Okay, that makes sense. So okay, but like I go up, we go into the hotel, whatever, and there's this girl in there, and she looks very young, and she is. I find out she's like 17 years old.
Oh,
and
no.
She has like all these sketches that are like, they're all, I think there was bathing suits. Yeah, they were like bikini sketches, but just very rough. She was just wanting to start a brand, and I swear to God, this guy was like her sugar daddy or something. Yeah, maybe she was 18. I don't know. And like he was like, and he was gonna invest in her, and pay someone to make this happen for her. So, she was not looking for an assistant designer. She really was looking for a oh God. Oh, that's it. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, this girl was not looking for an assistant designer. She was definitely looking for a seamstress. So she just wanted somebody to create all her designs and make them come to life. But I was definitely not about to do that, because I just was very strong in feeling that like I'm not a seamstress, I'm a designer. Like I had paid, to go to school to learn the process of fashion design, and I don't know, just so many classes and education and just so much more than just seamstress. Not to like, seamstresses are great and I think they're always needed. We need alterationists and tailors and all that, very important. But I just wanted to have some type of creative position, and also I wanted to work with somebody who had been in the industry for more than 3 years, never mind 6 months. So like this child
didn't meet you in a hotel with a sketchy old man and questionable.
I was just like, and I'm so nice, honestly. 'Cause I was just like, this is really great. I told her that she should just go to school for it, and I wish her luck. And, who knows? Maybe she's doing great now. I have not checked back. I don't even remember her name, honestly, but yeah.
Yeah, but what it sounds like is you knew what you wanted.
Yeah.
You knew your worth.
Yeah.
And you set the boundary.
I did. I know. Actually, more interesting side story. I'm going to not name names on this. This is more tea.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is sort of kind of recent, not really, like 2 years ago. I had a friend who I thought was like a really good friend. I really like depended on him, and like emotionally, like I definitely like would always call him and ask for advice, and I don't know, like I leaned on him a lot. And he had connections. He was a musician, and he had quite the following. So I was pretty excited when he eventually approached me with asking for a design, because he was gonna like do a collaboration with a very known artist who has like 1 million, following, whatever. And I fully was like working on the garment and even having fittings with him. We were really in it with the process, and he did pay for all the fabric. He was not paying for my time. And he kept, telling me that he's going to get the money from, the artist he was collaborating with and all this. And then I stopped creating the design and completely not completely stopped communication with him, but I definitely wasn't initiating completing the design with him anymore, because this girl who knew him very well approached me on social media, and she's like, I need to tell you something about this guy. Like, I know him really well. And she did that. And it's funny because he actually connected us together, because she was like doing free work for him as as kind of a graphic designer, if you will, or like, another type of artist, album cover artist, whatever. And we talked for a long time. She's like, you just seem like such a nice girl, and I don't want to see him take advantage of you like this. He definitely takes advantage of me, and I don't want that to happen to you. So we talked on the phone for a while, and she told me, like, oh, he, like, talks shit about you all the time. He'll call me after you call him to talk shit, and, like, he's never going to use your design. There's been so many times she said that she would send her work to him, do free work for him, and it never went anywhere. He just uses his following and his, like, he's probably, like, I don't know, D-list per se, like, not even. So he just uses that as, like, I don't know, to, like, get attention from women. And he specifically will target, like, women who are artists.
Oh, that's so gross.
It is so gross, dude.
I hate
and that fucked me up for a while. Yeah. That was like,
talk about trust issues after that. Like,
yes, I struggled hard after that one, more so than with like my like ex, I feel, because this was somebody who I like consolidated in with like my ex. Like, or like I would go to, and
someone you confided in.
I confided in. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, so this couch eats me. Sorry. Everyone, I'm fucking sinking into this couch we're sitting in. But yeah, after that, it took me a long time to build up, like, being able to trust, like, friends again, because he was such, like, a good friend. And
that's almost, like you said, that's worse than a romantic breakup. Like, a friendship breakup is so difficult, and I feel like people don't talk about it enough. So
deep. I considered him like my best friend. I was really starting to be like, this is my best friend. And we were talk on the phone all the time. He was the type where like we were talking about earlier, like I could just show up and be like, hey, let's hang out. He used to like drop everything. If I needed him, he'd show up. That's what's so crazy to me, is to hear that there was, like, two of him. To hear that he was, like, talking shit behind my back and, like, saying stuff, like, because I did have a crush on him. But, like, I never, like, threw myself at him. But he would be, like, going to this girl and being like, oh, my God, Sarah's, like, throwing herself at me and all this stuff. And, like, I'm like, that is so wild. Because I definitely maturely was just like, hey, like, I actually told him that I, like, loved him, like, on a friend level. I was just like...
you're like, hey, this friendship means a lot to me.
Yeah, like, I care about you.
Yeah.
So much.
Right. Which is not unheard of. Like, friends telling each
other
all the time.
It is a big deal, but too.
He definitely... Because I remember when you were going through this and you were telling me details about this as you were going through it. And I just remember how much it really did bother you and upset you. Oh, my God. And also just... It was really confusing for me, too, because you'd tell me one thing about him and then you'd tell me another thing about him. And it just... like you said, it was like you were talking about two different people. It was really weird. Yeah. Some people just... He's got issues.
It's scary to know that, and this is, like, for everyone listening, seriously, like, do be careful, because there are really dark people out there who have like dark hearts and they don't, I don't know how to put it, like they don't have empathy. They don't have sympathy. And it's almost like, it's really hard because we don't relate to that. So for me, like it was so hard to accept that people like that exist.
It's hard to wrap your head around.
It's hard to wrap your head around. But somebody, I was talking, I don't know if it was you, but I was talking to someone about it and they were like, yeah, but Sarah, there's like murderers that exist. So yes, this exists. And I'm like, that's so crazy.
And then you think about, I don't know if this statistic, I should probably fact check this, but I heard that like 1 in 25 people you meet on the street is a psychopath.
Yeah. Wow.
Like it's pretty common.
Yeah. I believe it. I just didn't know like how common it was until I was in my like late 20s.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's really weird. It is wild.
Yeah.
It's confusing. It's hard to come to terms with. And it's also like you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. You don't want to go through your entire life in fear.
Yeah.
And be doubtful of people and have trust issues because you want to be able to open yourself up and establish friendships and relationships. But yeah, you gotta watch your own back. But also, shout out to that girl who was up front. Like I love when the girlies come together. Yeah. She was looking out for you. So shout out to her. Yes. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna like.
Yeah, we don't have to say any names.
Yeah, I don't want to say names, but if anyone wants, never mind. I'm not gonna say that anymore. Damn it. Because, like, I kind of want to, like, advertise her work, but it's fine. Because she's an artist anyway. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, that is why I think I am becoming so much more, like, I don't know how to say it. Like, when I'm making a friend, I look for thoughtfulness so much more. Because I think when you see someone be thoughtful towards you, I think that is, like, a clear, like, indicator that this person actually like genuinely cares about you. And like if that person like really will go out of their way for you in some type of small way. It doesn't have to be anything big, or just that they like think of you in some type of way. I think that's like such a green flag. Okay. Anyway.
But wasn't he
I know
going out of his way to like be there for you?
Yes, but it wasn't in a like it. I wouldn't consider that under thoughtfulness, because it's like that was me like asking for him, you know.
Okay, and then at the end of the day,
call him and be like, "I need you," and I think he just liked to like sweep in and get attention from me and like.
So he was doing it for what he could get out of it.
What he could get out of it, yeah.
That makes sense.
Like whatever. Some people just really crave that attention. I don't know. So, but I think when somebody is being thoughtful, the difference is like they'll like call you and like I don't think he would. I don't know. Man, I'm tripping on my words so bad. This is me. I don't know how we're gonna edit this.
It's okay. We'll find a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way, or I'll edit it.
It's a lot. It's a lot to sort through.
Yeah, it's complicated because it's hard to like figure out if somebody is like being authentically thoughtful towards you. And I think there is a way to spot it.
Well, one way is do your research. There are people to reach out to. So, for example, if somebody hits you up and they have a social media, you can look at their followers, you can reach out to their followers, you can kind of ask around. Word of mouth is really powerful. So if you know somebody in person, then you can ask around in your community. Like there are ways to get to know somebody without. A really good point. Yeah.
I will say, because I did not know anybody in his circle. I think that should have been a clear thing. So that's a really good one, actually, that you just said.
Yeah. Do you feel like he kept you like closed out of his circle?
For sure.
Yeah. That's definitely a red flag.
Like the clearest red flag in life. Like what, Sarah?
But when you're in it and you're experiencing the emotions and everything, like it's a lot easier to miss than people think. God. It really is.
Oh God.
But hey, you live, you learn. Now you know.
Yeah.
And then you get like a good friendship out of it with the girl, at least.
Yes. Well, yeah, there's times where, and I use her, she gets business from me anyway. Like, I'll use her for her artwork.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we love
if
it.
I say it,
we love
like,
a silver lining.
Yeah, that's a silver lining. And like we used to talk. Sometimes we used to talk a little more, not so much anymore. But there was a period or a phase where like I was talking to her like once a week, just catching up.
After that experience, you need to talk to somebody about it and at least she could understand where you were coming from because she went through it too.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she said she was like fully like in love with him and everything too, and like. I don't know, this guy, he just knows how to get women to, like, I don't know, fall for
manipulator.
him.
He's good at manipulating people.
And it's so scary. I think it's just so scary, like, just the fact that people can manipulate people and...
Well, people that are good at manipulation are also usually really charming, really good with their words.
Yeah, I love that shit. Please, just charm me. I want that. No.
So, if we've learned anything from this, it's... do your research, ask around, write up contracts, put it in writing, know your worth.
Yeah.
Set boundaries.
Yeah.
And sure, we can list all these things off, and it's, much easier said than done, but there's ways to break it down. Like, okay, how much do you think your product is worth? How much do you think your service is worth? Like, you can do market research to see... compared to people in your area, compared to people in your field, you can gauge what you should price yourself at. So at least you have that price ready to go in the event that you need to tell somebody or you need to put it in writing somewhere. Like, you have that ready. Like, have it ready to go before you're put into a situation.
Yeah.
Because being put on the spot and under pressure, not everybody will cave, but you're more likely to bend to whoever is trying to, persuade you to cheap out on yourself or do something that you don't really want to do.
I also do feel that, I hope I don't get backlash for saying this, but I think women really are a little more, what's the word, like, not like, yeah, maybe like more people pleasers or like...
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you have to be so like tough with your boundaries. Like when I think of like, really like a lot of men, boundaries are so strong. They're so good at just being like, I'm not doing that.
Well, that's what's expected of them. Like, society doesn't give them shit for setting boundaries, but when a woman does, they're called a bitch. They're, people say like, oh, she's just like... I don't know. There's always something to say. I feel like there's always something to say about a woman.
Oh, she's like
who knows her worth,
and that's why she's not doing what I want her to do. Like, just say some shit. And then, like, especially if you're a young woman, that can easily get to you because then you'll really be sitting there thinking, like, oh, I should have just said yes so that they wouldn't have said that. And then that makes it so in the future you'll be like, okay, this time I'm going to say yes, so then I don't have to hear whatever the hell they're about to say if I say no.
Yeah, because there are real consequences, and it's unfortunate that we live in a world that treats women this way, but and things are better now than they used to be, absolutely.
Oh, for
and sure, it happens to men too. I get it. Like, it can go both ways.
It can.
But
yeah.
when we're talking about the majority of people...
Objectively.
Yeah. Like, even in my personal experience in seeing women in... my line of work through like over my years in just like different industries, especially younger women, they are more likely to be taken advantage of. One, because they don't know it. They may not know as much about the particular place they're in. And so people will use that to their advantage to take advantage of these people and not pay them as much or make them do things that they're not making other people do, but the younger women might do it because they don't know any better, because they haven't had the time or experience to realize like, oh, this isn't normal. So I'm with you. It's a reality.
It's just a reality
that we got to look out for. And we also got to deal with the fact that some people won't like us standing up for ourselves, and they might make our life harder just because we're standing up for ourselves.
I think when I was in my early 20s, what I was really missing in my life was having, like, somebody who was like roughly 10 to 15 years older than me in my life that was a female. I didn't have that. And I think it would have been really helpful if I had that. So I would have been able to have somebody to like go to for advice. So yeah, if you're in your early 20s, definitely try to like find some older lady that can like tell you, you know, some of the shit that like Lexie and I are telling you. Like really like figure out what your boundaries are and like fucking stick to them.
Yeah.
Don't let what anyone says sway your boundaries.
Yeah. It reminds me of something that my therapist told me, and she helped me actually narrow down my values. And this is an exercise that I think everybody can do, and it's not super, super difficult, but basically you compile a list of words that you feel you resonate with, like, and that you feel bring value into your life, or that you feel that kind of reflect who you are as a person. So for example, you could put nature, you can put business, you can put empathy, you can put animals, like you just list it all out.
Yeah.
And list at least 30 or maybe 20, like 20 to 30 to start. Mm-hmm. And then narrow that list down to 15. And then narrow that list down to 10. Then narrow it down to 5. And then you want to get down to like 2 to 5 is what you want to try to narrow it down to. But then those words that you end up narrowing it down to will help you figure out what your core values are and what means the most to you, which I think then kind of translates to what you were saying and helps you set boundaries, surrounding what you value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that could be utilized for your personal, for your business. And if you don't have your personal straight, then like your business will not be good. So just get that foundation sturdy, and then so that you can start building up from there.
Right. Because whether we like it or not, professional, personal, business and pleasure, they do mix, they do impact one another, despite how much we try to keep them separate. Like, they will never be 100% separate. So that'll make a difference for sure.
I like how I was like trying to tell a funny story, and then we just got so serious. It was just like, but like boundaries.
So funny story.
Funny story. Oh, Sarah.
Oh, man.
So
this is good though.
Yeah, this was a really solid.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this.
So just to recap, boundaries, we went over boundaries and how to approach that objectively. We also went over
fun stories.
Fun facts. Put it in writing, set a contract, know your worth, do market research, do research of the people around you, ask around, don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Find a mentor if you can.
Yeah. I love how at the end of all our episodes, you always go out of your way to make sure that we are being educational in some type of way.
I want to be able to apply the stories.
Yeah.
Like, I love the stories, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, like, I want to be able to help people apply it to their real life too. Yeah. And even for me, just like to recap and make sense of it all and put it into real world like terms, I guess.
No, it's really good.
I think that's it.
That's it. And then we just don't have an outro, so we're kind of just like, la-di-da!
So anyway, bye!
Bye, bitch! No. Thanks for listening to SNL Sexy. I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Sarah and Lexie.
Sexy. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I was fucking it up, wasn't I? Sarah and Lexie Sexy.
That's it. I think there was one more thing that I wanted to say, but I can't think of what it was.
I wish you guys could see Lexie right now. She's got like a fabulous forehead. Just kidding. No, I really wasn't
fabulous shiny forehead.
I was not even gonna say forehead. I was gonna
we are in our PJs. Let us set the scene. We're on a couch. That is very old and squishy, and we're just slowly sinking further and further into the cushions.
Oh my God.
We're in our PJs. I have my glasses on, my hair's pulled back in a headband. Like, yeah, it's not very glamorous at all.
I was not about to say forehead. I was about to say eyebrows, and then I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. Forehead.
Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right. And we have our trusty sidekick, Ella.
Yeah. Who's been nice and quiet.
The only one in the city.
In the city that's been quiet. Everyone else has been on the motorcycle, doing dishes, vacuuming.
And since this is audio and not visual, Ella is a German Shepherd Coonhound, the sweetest little girl in the whole wide world.
She's just staring at you.
All right, anyway. I think that sums it up.
That sums it up.
All right.
See y'all, or smell you later.
Bye.
Bye.
That's it for today's episode of Talk Girlie to Me. If you vibed with it, send it to a friend, rate us 5 stars, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!